And now, live from the studios of Freedom's Phoenix, Ernest Hancock.
Oh, more news and perspective here on Declare Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock in Phoenix, Arizona. You know, I want to go ahead and finish up on this Icelandic thing because, you know, I haven't tracked it that much because I'm just like, I know where this is going. You know, it always has forever and always, amen, and this is what's going to happen. The people there are going to keep saying no. The first vote, it was like 90%. 90%, no. Now, I don't know why it went to 60, what kind of deal they were trying to, or even people said, vote, how many times I got to do this? Now, you've seen this before in any kind of an election. They keep bringing stuff back. We need a light rail system. We need to spend all kinds of money on, doing a harbor or some big project of blah, 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 spend your money. And you need, and they'll repackage it. They keep redoing it, and they keep more threats here, more problems there. We're all going to die if you don't do it. We're all going to die. We're all going to die if you don't do it. So I'm going, all right. So how many times they got to do this? It's twice already. You know what? And they're saying, look, man, they're going to go to court. You're going to have the British and Dutch governments are going to go to the Hague, and they're going to the World Court saying, they got it, and then what? So they have in here, there's something I thought was interesting that they commented here. It said on Daily Bell, yes, reluctantly, the Dutch and British must sue. If the verdict is not appropriately, does not suit them, if it's not punitive enough, and Iceland's hardy fisherman stock does not learn its lesson, and in this illustrative fashion for everybody, then perhaps the Pentagon's legendary doomsday weather weapon HARP shall be brought to bear. Iceland to be wiped, sadly, from the map by fire and ice. Over time, surely its name shall be expunged from the history books. All mention of its miserable bank shall be redacted as well. What Iceland? This is, I'm really afraid that this is exactly the mentality that these guys have. Little old 300 and something thousand people Iceland, which is the size of, heck, some small community here in the United States, the entire freaking country. They are, what's their wealth come from? The ocean, I imagine. They have the capacity to make their own geothermal energy. They are very green in a sense. And here you had, they probably got advantage of all this money coming in using these banks, and then what happens? Hey, take the house, man. I'm done. I can't afford it. Oh, no. No. All of this, and it's not just them, it's depositors from all over the world that went there. They met the conditions. If this happens, we have this insurance fund. We ran out of money. Hey, what does it say here? It says this is done. Have a nice day. Who bailed them out? The British government. Then they send them the bill. And they're going, how the heck did we, what? So them saying we're not taking on this debt for generations of Icelandic youth to be enslaved by this, and their system allowed them to say, no, it's no. Can't have that. Sets a bad precedent. Who do you think really runs this country? Well, we're going to find out. So I'm interested. Now, in the last couple of years, Iceland had been trying to attract businesses to go there by having all kinds of, business-friendly taxing things and who can buy property and own and what kind of corporation and licensing and regular blah, 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 which could make them, heck, they're Iceland. But you go, I can make money there. I want to go there. So that's where Sovereign Man comes in. We have Simon Black. He's traveling around the world, and he's looking for places that can be considered stable that we can all move to. Well, Chile is on top of his list right now. But, if you've been around long enough, these things change on a dime, man. Just boom. All of a sudden, they're a totalitarian regime like they used to be. What is it that makes the difference? I'll tell you what it is. It's the people. It's the culture. I'm wondering how it went from 90 to 60% there in this vote. I think a lot of people just didn't vote. They go, look, man, we already did this once. They probably wouldn't even care what the vote was. So where we're going is going to depend a great deal on just our personal relationships. And that brings me to, I want to share this one story. I don't think I've ever even told this story before. In 1988, when I first became aware of what was going on, and you read different laws and in my father's company and so on, it's a long story, but wow, this is not what they told us in junior high. I knew that, I could get the message out, something that was, be the town crier. Look, man, this is coming. They passed this law that does, and they're going to take, and the government's a gang with a flag, and didn't you know, and oh my goodness, and they're doing this and planning that, and future and trade and all. Wow, here we go. Omnibus Trade Competitiveness Act of 88, mapped it out. New World Order, it goes. Never even heard the word before, understood exactly what was coming. There was a friend of mine, his name was Wayne Letcher. He had absolutely no interest in politics. He's just like, hey, it's my friend, wants to do this thing, whatever. You got pizza and beer and cool, and we'll just, we'll hang. Wayne was a good friend for a long time still. He came to my birthday party a couple of weeks ago. It was great to see him. And and I'm sure he probably thinks that it's like an insult or something. I said, yeah, I've known Wayne since back. Yeah, he didn't care. It's just, he just wants to help, because, beer. We'll go with my friend. That's not the point that I'm trying to make. I want to bring this up so that you guys understand the importance of friends. Wayne is a good friend. My kids call him Uncle Wayne. They've known him all their lives. We were friends before we even got married, Donna and I. So that makes it over 26, 27, 28 years. There are people that don't care. Family members don't care about politics. Now, he's become more and more interested, and he kind of, has his own opinion about different things. He's a, professional. He knows what's going on. He's out. He drives a truck. He's a truck driver around the country. He gets to see how the impact of, and it certainly affects his business. But the thing is that to have friends and people that that are willing to help you do whatever it is, accumulate food, dig your root cellar, have improvements on, doing whatever that you think would be in preparation for, growing, plowing, whatever. Just like all good friends, they do these things not because of the reasons why you're doing it, but because you're doing it. If it wasn't for friends like Wayne, there would not have been the progression that we were able to challenge the man. He helped me make a lot of our first signs, a lot of the campaigns, so on. And it wasn't for some noble cause or anything. Let me tell you what his noble cause was. I was his friend. These are the kinds of relationships I want to emphasize as being important. Not everyone's got to agree with us. Not everyone's got to know everything. Not everyone's got to be, on mission. Not everyone's got to be, and that's one thing is we go around looking for places to stay. If we go to, not everybody's got to be all bunkered in. But are they decent people? Do they value friendships? Do they value the concept of keeping their word? Returning, stuff they borrow in as good or better condition, or compensating you when it's not. They're not doing this teenager thing. They left your 9/16 wrench in the yard to rust and get run over by the mower. I mean, what kind of friends are they? Are they an add to your life? Or are they a distraction? Do you have family members that you see as a resource, or are they a liability? What obligation do you have to people that, constantly cost you distraction and money and whatever, and then others that don't? Is it all based solely on whether they agree with you or not? No. People are individuals. They do your relationships. I know a lot of good, great activist libertarians. Their spouses, hey, man, I'll help you do whatever, and go and whatever, but don't expect me to get involved in it. Same thing may be for religion and so on. I want us to start, I wanted to share that with you because there are friends, good people, that have no interest whatsoever in a lot of stuff we find so important. But without them, we wouldn't have been able to do what we're doing. We'll be back in just a little bit.